Warning: the following content may not be suited for younger or sensitive audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. So, like I said, we left off at the tavern with the two champions and people who are first awake. Sound off.
Zenith
Hello.
and Auric.
And Zill.
Sopez is probably up too.
Okay.
Nihilus is sleeping in for a bit, but he will remember the things Zenith told him. So that will happen.
Idris would probably be awake, but in his room.
Blooma will luckily pass out on Alice's face.
Okay. And you know, before we get to the main part of the party, Nihilus, how dead asleep would you say you are?
Well, technically, trancing, so Nihilus is always semi-unconscious, but Nihilus is just laying on the bed, just staring at the ceiling.
Okay.
While he's trancing still. He's forcibly staying in trance right now. Yeah.
So Nihilus, as you are enjoying your trance, you hear out of it seems kind of distant, but you hear some shuffling before you feel a pressure around your hand and the sensation of something biting.
At first, Nihilus thought this might be Blooma, but Blooma typically doesn't bite. So, yet at least. So he comes out of trance and he looks at whatever the fuck is biting his thumb or hand or whatever.
On your hand, with its tail kind of curled around your wrist, you see this tiny green dragon. And it seems to have some blue frills going down its back. And would you like to roll a nature check to see if you know what this is?
Sure, let me just whip out Nihilus's sheet right now. Oh, I have a +0 in this. Let's go. Where's Dice?
Wrong fucking chat.
Max, you dummy.
Shut up. Your
You
mom's
shut up.
dummy.
Max, you're not starting this.
Not again. Not
15.
again.
15. You recognize this as a fiendish terror. A smaller type of wyvern that yeah, he would have moved Blooma off of his face.
Oh, yeah. After Nihilus moved Bloom off of his face and set her on the pillow, it's like... he looks at it, it's like, why are animals attracted to me?
It looks at you as it recognizes you're awake. And... it kind of tilts its head in curiosity before you hear some, kind of... a tiny little charge up as a little tiny puffball of smoke gets blown at you. It's not very intimidating.
Very scary, little man. Very scary.
It goes back to attacking your hand.
Hey, actually, I'm wearing a glove, so it's not really that bad.
And it doesn't even really seem to have many teeth or sharp ones at that.
Hey, you guys should be saying, hey, can't stop. Wait, where the fuck did you come from? Oh, the weird merchants. Bad animals. You little fuck.
And you basically watch it kind of recognize that you're slightly annoyed with it, and it immediately goes to book it back to your cloak.
He just lets it. It's like, okay, you can stay. Just don't cause problems.
No, wait.
Blooma sharing the cloak.
Does not want to cloak.
Anyways, Nihilus is going to kind of flick Blooma's forehead.
What? Flick or lick?
Flick! With his finger. Like he's flicking her forehead with his
She
finger.
would wait for just like puts her hand on her head.
And he says, okay, so today we're going to go around town, possibly find some supplies, and Orc is going to come with us.
The kid, right?
The kid, yes. I'm not going to ask you. I'm just letting you know he's going to come with us around town for a little bit.
Alright. Then let's go get something to eat.
Also, so you know that merchant place we went to, right? Where I get the sword and where we bought a shit ton of materials from, right?
I think so.
He opens his cloak and he tries to find the fiendish terror.
You find it, and it's like screeching. It kind of sounds like how a leopard gecko sounds when it's pissed.
He gently holds it.
It's
Why is
being
it in the
overdramatic.
room?
What did he say? What did she say?
Why was it inside my room?
It snuck into the cloak, so I'm keeping it. And until further notice, you're possibly going to have to share for now until I find a different space for it to stay in.
Blooma immediately flies towards the little dragon, cracks her knuckles,
Hey,
and pulls out her pistol.
hey, you kill it. You kill it, we're gonna have a problem.
Little buddy, you have to understand one thing. That's my room. You're not allowed to be inside the hut. Basically, Blooma's intimidating the green dragon.
Roll intimidation.
They're also
Would
the
it be
same
advantage
size.
because she just pulled? Would it be advantage because I just pulled out the pistol?
It's stupid. No.
If
If it was a bigger, if it was a bigger wyvern, then yes, they're smart enough to understand what a fucking gun is. This thing, it suffers from little dog syndrome.
Actually, wait, is it a size category small or tiny?
It is, so it's about the size of Blooma.
That's funny.
Got it. Intimidation is. Oh, okay. Why the fuck is intimidation just charisma?
Because it's charisma.
It seems like cognizant of your threat and seems to understand it and slightly scared. But it also seems to be trying to be I'm tougher than you. It's a 6-year-old trying to square up to a 20-year-old.
Allow a fist fight to take place, please.
Nihilus says it's a devilish terror. I don't know much about it. I just know that they're low dragons or low wyverns. Whatever the fuck is.
Will Blooma know a little bit about these?
So you would actually, because they originate from the Feywild. It's rumored that they're slight relatives of fairy dragons, but you would know that fiendish terrors, they are exactly how their name sounds. They think that they're all this. They think they're very scary, and they are known for being absolute little shits and cause chaos.
Oh, great. Blooma has a friend now.
No, from this right now, it's more like an enemy. Nihilus?
Alright.
You know how I act, right?
Don't tell me it's like you.
It could be worse.
Okay, so it likes me, and we're not killing it. So how about it actually stays in the hood part of the cloak? You can have the cloak, it can vibe in the hood part. How about that?
That is where I go. But I gotta teach you something about it, because those things get very mad and cause trouble. Like, you think I'm bad? Just remove my destructive capabilities with explosives, and that's what you get. Maybe worse.
How well are you guys paying attention?
He is side glancing it occasionally.
So you side glance it again. Actually, what's your passive perception?
16.
Blooma's,
Oh.
Yeah. Blooma's 13.
Blooma's? Okay. So you side glance it again, and it's gone.
What the fuck?
You feel it you just feel it in your sleeve. It has shoved itself in your sleeve.
He looked at his sleeve. He's like, you know what? That works. It felt worse. Then he just starts walking out of the room. Anyways.
Wait, hold on, Nidus. Hold on.
Okay.
Blooma goes, grab some of rope. And
what are you doing?
The 2 knots around the wrist, or the wrist of Nidus, where the sleeves end, and then another knot closer to his upper arm, right below, close to his armpit. Basically, stealing the creature on so it doesn't escape.
He's like, why are you doing that? I don't want him. Actually, no, it's probably not that bad with the claws and everything, but still.
Hey. Yes. Do you want a more rabid-looking me around?
Honestly, I think you both can be both manageable. One just needs alcohol and the other just needs food.
Well, you don't know what it is, what they like to eat, so...
Well, I will find out.
Just keep it there for now.
Nihilus just takes off the rope, and he's just leaving it in his sleeve. He's like, anyways, let's not keep them waiting. And then he just leaves the room.
Fine.
Anyways, you guys can continue. I did not mean for that to take so long.
Anyway, back to Zenith and the others.
Yes.
What's Zenith doing at this moment? Setting up.
Well, he can't really set up because Auric is here.
Mhm.
And, Auric never strays too far from his side unless he's told to, or, given permission. So Zenith can't really just, because that'll cause suspicion. So right now, Zenith is sitting at the bar waiting for Nihilus.
You do see Nihilus kind of, leave his room.
Possibly see something either poking or his sleeve all weird.
You do see his sleeve is a bit wonky, and when he raises one of his arms, you do see little beady amber eyes staring out from under the sleeve.
Zenith doesn't care. Auric would. Auric's not paying attention. That's the thing, though. Auric's not paying attention.
That's funny, though.
Yeah. So, as you're walking down, Nihilus, you see Zenith kind of like give you a little nod, and he like goes back to staring off into a random corner of the room.
He nods back.
Excuse me.
I'm waiting for you to say something, Cameron.
Oh, okay. Nihilus is going to go over to Oric's like, hey, how you doing?
Or you see Oric kind of scroll up his little froggy gadget thing that he puts like all of his important papers in, and he goes, "Oh, morning, Mr. Nihilus. I'm doing wonderful this morning. How are you?"
I'm doing well. I actually found this, and he just like holds up his sleeve that has the fiendish terror in it.
Oh, does
And
Oric
the
know what this
fiendish-
is? Oh,
Yes, Oric, you would
Okay.
recognize this because it pokes its head out of Nihilus's sleeve as he holds it up.
A fiendish terror. Oh, I have seen them before. I never get to really see one up close. Oh,
Apparently, it was at the merchant's shop, and it, yeah.
it's so cute. Oh, look at it.
Hey, do you possibly want to come with me and Blooma around the town for a little bit?
Zenith kind of like, you see like a little sweat drop, start to peek out of Zenith's mane as you mentioned Blooma. And you see Oric like look back to Zenith and say, Zenny, am I able to go with him? And you see Zenith begrudgingly nod his head. And Oric gets really happy, he gets starry-eyed, and he starts walking with you.
Alright. Nihilus just starts heading out of the tavern, talking with Oric and all. You guys can... I'm not going to say anything because I'm actually wanting to have the other players have a moment to actually do something. We can get to Oric and Nihilus talking about stuff, interaction later.
Yeah.
So, other
But,
players.
The second you walk out the door, Zenith, like, bolts out of his seat and goes right for his room for a box he hid under the bed.
And
The box, yeah.
Zenith, after you get this box, and you come back downstairs, you see that Tia has pulled out a box of her own, and this box seems to be just comprised of a lot of extra party stuff. Even a piñata.
Oh, that's sweet of them.
Oh, thank you again, Miss Tia. Oh, wait, hold on, I need to get the actual voice. I had a Dragonborn voice I was practicing, sorry. Thank you again, Miss Tia, for offering to help.
Don't worry about it. I love making a kid smile.
It's the thing I live for every day. And Zenith starts unpacking this box, and a lot of it is like the gifts he bought Oric back at the shop. Actually, funnily enough, Tia could probably see a small little moss kitten poke its head out of Zenith's mane. It's been hiding in his mane for the past day.
Yeah, and we jokingly say that's like a somewhat different version of a bag of holding his mane.
Yes, it's like Lion's Mane from Steven Universe.
Yes, exactly.
I think that's valid.
That's valid.
No, because as someone mine's not as much as a lion's mane, but I have thick hair. You get things lost in there sometimes.
Yeah.
Mainly bobby pins, but you know.
Yeah.
I can imagine an actual lion's mane getting things stuck in there. Also, be a nice safe place to keep things.
Miss Tia, do you mind if I... hold on. Wrong voice again. God damn it. Miss Tia, do you mind if I hang up these decorations by the door?
Of course you can. Let me help you.
All right. Thank you very much.
And does anyone else want to do anything? Because I may time skip directly to the party.
Actually, there is a
I-
few things. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, Eli?
Sorry. I was just gonna say that I just wanted to mention that Idris probably would have brought out, like, not one of his major, like, easels, I think they're called, but like painting boards.
Yeah.
I can't think of the word right now. But
Like,
he would have brought
do you
out...
mean the thing that fucking? Do you mean the thing that like they would put? Give me a moment, because I don't remember. I can't remember this
Put
now.
canvases on.
Canvases.
Yes. Yes, it's
Yeah,
like
that's an
not
easel.
huge like that.
Do you mean
Wait,
like a
no,
desk easel?
can't-
Because
Yeah,
I
desk
have
easel.
one. Or is
I'm
it a
so-
canvas?
He's painting on something, okay?
It's a canvas. Canvas.
Okay.
Got it.
So he's
Anyway.
painting on a canvas. Got it.
Yeah, but this canvas
Don't worry,
is just, like-
guys. We are done. Sorry.
I can't think. My brain don't work. But he's painting on like a canvas that's probably a little bit bigger than his hand, but like something very small and easy to carry around. Like sort of like a little picture frame type thing, type size, 4x8. And he's just
Okay.
in his room currently painting on that.
Okay. And
There is a couple of things Nihilus would want to just tell Oric while they're out and about. So if
Okay.
anyone else wants to go before me, You ready?
Zenith is open to interaction as well, to everyone, like, here.
Blooma would just be, as they walk out, she'll be looking around for like some type of bread shop or like some bakery place.
what type of shop?
A bakery.
Okay. You would find one.
Blooma will go up, still kind of always basically always flying, just hovering there. It's like, yo, got any sweets? I want something.
And an older lady comes up to like. Are you in the bakery?
Yeah, Blooma is.
Okay. Well, you see an older lady come up, and she says that all of what they sell is in the front glass display, and you see like various breads, like various like cupcakes, cakes, croissants, pastries, shit like that. Cookies, yes.
I would like, what are those round things? Pointing at the cookies.
And the old lady nods, and she says, "Of course." And she asks, she turns to you and says, "How many would you like?"
But what are those? Not from this lane.
Oh, those are cookies, dear.
Good?
I would consider them good.
Yeah.
I assumed Blooma wandered off, so I'm not gonna have Nihilus say anything. So this is all missed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she'll have wander off. And I want a dozen.
And she nods, and she goes kind of not into the back, but like onto the like far side of the room, and grabs a box and hands it to you, and she says, "It'll be 12 gold."
I was told that it's can be sacked. Alright. She drops, puts 12 gold.
And the old lady smiles, and she like gives you the box. She says, "Thank you. Have a nice day."
Thank you. Well, Blooma's not, like, how big is the box compared to Blooma? Remember, she's only a foot tall.
So, the box is like, it's like from if it were to be set on a table, from the table to Bloom, like from the table up, it's about like 5 inches or so. So it's about half or a quarter of Blooma's size. And then it's just kind of. It's not the biggest box for a dozen cookies. Not 12 dozen, that's a lot. For a dozen cookies, but it's definitely comical watching her watching her fly with this box.
You got a bag or something? And then she motions herself, like basically saying, like, "Look at me, look how big I am compared to this."
And the old lady's like, "Oh, of course. Give me a second." And she goes to the back this time, and she comes back with a bag and hands it to Blooma.
Thank you. And as she flies back, she pulls out one of the cookies. And how big is the cookie compared to her? Because I got a
So-
perfect image.
This cookie is like, it's one of those big fucking bakery cookies that are like 8 inches or so. So this is legit almost the size of Blooma.
This is great.
She proceeds to take a bite, a huge bite out of the cookie if possible.
I mean, I would say it's possible.
She will go for the bite.
And Blooma, the second you bite into this cookie, it's the best thing that you've ever fucking eaten.
Her eyes just twinkle, just like. And then, like, it's like flies back towards Blooma. I mean, Nihilus. Just like happily eating the cookie.
Nihilus is just having a small conversation with Yorick as he just looks up at him and is like, "Oh, wait, you never had a cookie before?"
No, this is my first one. And she takes another bite, like
You
a
like
loud sound.
He likes them.
Yeah. Why do you ask?
Tell you what, if he calls less violent chaos, I might actually, when we get to another town, I might actually buy you more.
You know, I can make you cookies if you want. Back when Zenith and I were able to like stay at an inn for a long time, I used to bake a lot. I made these little cake balls. I called them cake drops, and I stuck a stick on them, and you could just like eat off the stick and eat them.
Bro.
Cameron knows what I'm talking about. That's the best part.
I have a cousin that makes those.
Not.
My mom gets them.
God, I guess it's canonical. Like, fucking Orc has invented cake pops in my world.
This is Blooma right now. I just sent a gift.
Wait, where do I remember seeing that from?
We love that.
I love that.
Oh,
And-
okay.
She looks at both of them. Like both Nihilus and Ulrich. Like,
Well, if you're continually being nice, I'm pretty sure Oric would be more than happy to bake some for you.
Oh, I'll make them anyway. I mean, I always like baking. Baking is fun.
Anyways, Oric,
she looks at a little bit of ice cream. You're serious, right? You guys been mean to me for the past few days. You sure about this?
Wait, sorry, miss.
want
What
to
did you
like-
say? I kind of spaced out.
Like Blooma looks at Ulrich and Nihilus, or Ken at this point, to be clear, with a bit of concerned look. Like, are you yanking me, or you're telling the truth? Because you guys been being dicks to me for the past few days.
okay, I'm
I'm having a sort of hard time understanding. what you're
basically
saying?
she's like, "Are you telling the truth or are you joking with me? Because you guys have been kind of dicks to me for the past few days." That's what.
Oh,
That's
I
what.
never wanted to be like that. Zenith is a little protective. I don't know why, but he's really protective of me.
Also, I do apologize. It's been a stressful few days. So yes, I am telling the truth, and I'm pretty sure Auric is telling the truth.
Alright. You make more cookies, and I'll be less of myself.
Oh,
Deal.
I'll make more cookies. I just need an oven.
Oh, by the way, Auric.
Oh, yes,
And I
Mr. Nihilus?
was kind of like pulls out a sheathed silver dagger. Now, I normally don't like giving a kid a knife, but from the creatures we may come across, and I know you have a gentle heart and all, some of them might be weak to silver.
We know Insomnia is out of character. I'm
Shut
sorry.
up.
I'm sorry.
That's funny though, and the audience has no idea, and it's really funny though. So, anyways, he's like, I want to give you this dagger just as a, not for you to use, more of as a safety precaution against those who are really, really weak against silver.
Nihilus, you hear Auric start speaking in Elvish, and he says, Mr. Nihilus, is this for you, or is this for me?
Nihilus thinks on that. And he kind of speaks in Elvish. Listen, kid, yes, it's for your own protection. But I cannot promise if I'm always in control. So this is more of a very, very, very last resort. And this goes for any werewolf, any vampire, or anything that suffers from getting hurt by silver.
Well, then, easy solution. Don't make sure it doesn't pierce your skin, right? He's still speaking in English, or not English, Elvish.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
I will take this because you are giving it to me for that precaution. Even though, and like, you see, nobody's really like acknowledged it, but Auric kind of turns around and he has a scimitar like on his back.
Oh. Damn.
I have this as well. Zinni insisted that I have some sort of weapon, but I really hate swinging this thing around, so as long as you are okay with me having that, I will take it.
I think having more than one weapon is needed.
You guys are still speaking Elvish is a quick question?
Yeah, they're speaking in Elvish. And just Blooma's watching, and he speaks back in commons, like, and he looks at Bloom and is like, I'm giving him the silver dagger for protection. That's what... Actually, no. Does Blooma know Elvish?
No, I'm pretty... Give me 1 second to double check.
Yeah, because it'd be funny if
No, she does not. Hold on.
Oh, it would have been
She
funny.
speaks the language of the Feywild and Abyssal. That's what's coming.
Bisso's quirky.
She does-
Anyways. Now it just tells her that, and he hands Auric the dagger, which has a sheath, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He hands
I
it
could
to
make
her.
a rocket propel, do you know? And she just takes like huge chunk of the pussy.
Oh, what?
And-
What did she say?
I could make it rocket propelled.
Ooh,
A rocket
rocket-propelled knife. Ooh. You know, did I see one of those? Oh no, it was a magic-propelled knife.
Also, Blooma, I would actually eventually like to, when we have the time, for you to make those silvered gauntlets for me.
Silver sword.
All I want is, I actually may need to buy another pair of gloves for them to be attached to, but yeah.
Isaac, that is so fucking funny.
You're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
need to provide me the materials for it if you want me to make it.
Yep, I will provide you the materials. Also, Oric,
Yes.
you
Also, by the way, all you guys are hearing throughout this entire time is just loud crunching of the cookie because the size difference between Blooma and the cookies themselves. Is that
that's to be expected. Anyways, Nihilus looks at Oric and he says, "Now, I don't know what you've been through, and I don't know what you know, but just remember that werewolves have a mixed crowd. If that makes sense. There's obviously different types of people in them."
Hey,
No.
Mr. Nihilus, I have a question though.
Yeah?
Are you allowed to eat sugar and chocolate?
No, Nihilus just sort of looks like he has a flashback. Well, well,
Fuck you, a bitch!
well, I can't have excessive amount of chocolate.
Oh. And you see Oric like pull out a book. This book it's like a bestiary book. You see him flip to the W section and write that down.
So you're the dog, not in the star.
Blooma, can you not say that too loudly? We're in public.
You want me to make you a ball?
Shut up! Shut up, you little pixie!
Yeah, better than those things. Oh, gosh,
I am not allowing you to make those types of jokes around me. It's kind of funny. Okay, it's a little funny. I am going to admit, but it's not funny.
Wait, was that joke in character?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the joke about again?
For one, Bruno called him, joke that Oric called him a bitch. And then Bruno basically called him a dog. He was like, do you want me to make you a ball?
The first part had Oric terrified for a second because he was about to start apologizing constantly. And then realizing what Blooma was doing, when Oric hears the ball part, you see kind of his cheeks get a little red, and he starts like, and he has his hand over his mouth, and you can hear a little like snicker every now and then.
Blooma slowly flies towards Oric and just like a little bit in front of him. And she, like behind her back, she kind of goes for a high five, like seeing how he was sleeping as well, like.
Oric doesn't full on high five her. He like, because of the size difference, he just kind of pokes her hand, like a high five with his finger.
She gives him a thumbs up.
And Nihilus continues walking with them, and then we can do the time skip now, Max.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is now the party. The tavern seems to have closed down today for the party. And so as the party starts to begin, and you guys, I mean, the party begins. Party, have fun, talk, interact.
Should we start where like Oric and the rest come in?
Yeah.
Okay. Who all is downstairs at this moment?
I would assume.
I'd assume everyone.
Yeah.
It'd be funny
Yeah.
if Soaps was hiding on the ceiling somewhere.
What are you doing?
You can walk on the
I'm
ceiling.
mainly joking.
My man, you can walk on the. You can.
Yeah.
You can walk on the ceiling, my man.
You have spider
Yeah.
climb. You're a vampire.
Oh,
Listen, I didn't know if Max followed that stereotype.
I do.
No, actually, no. Actual vampires have spider climb. I shit you not.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know
Vanessa?
this.
spiders are real, obviously.
No.
Even Dampiers have spider climb.
Even Dampiers have spider climb.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm
God,
not on the ceiling. I'm at the table.
I'm using this information for later.
I will be though.
I will say, like there's a place for where like suites are supposed to be, but Zenith seems to have set up boxes like on a table, all like surrounding this little area. And these seem to be boxes from him to Auric because of like the wrapping paper. The wrapping paper is like little small lion heads and little small deer heads.
Bro.
And then a couple of them are also just like star wrapping papers.
Bro, Aegis is gonna walk over to the little present stand and set down a gift that is wrapped that he has. Man worked hard on it.
Before they come in, Zenith looks to the party and he says, "Thank you all for helping me with this today. I hope this brings you all just as much enjoyment as it brings me and Auric when he comes here."
When Astral finally comes downstairs, he will set a.
He realizes it's the part. I'm kidding.
He will set 2 scroll cases on the table for Auric's gifts.
Oh. Whoa. Okay.
Drew, how much are you paying attention to this table?
Astro would have he wouldn't have really. He's mostly concerned with mingling with everybody there. He's not really watching the table, but he would have side glanced because he put the gift there.
So you see something moving on the table?
I swear.
Did you ask if do I see something moving on the table, or do I see something moving?
You see something moving on the table.
I thought you asked, do I see something moving on the table? I'm like, I don't know. After he kind of turns away, and then he catches that out of the corner of his eye. He's like,
as you stare, you see a couple little rats pushing a small box covered in moss onto the table. They seem to be struggling a bit though.
Bro, the rat.
I know what that is.
No.
Ash was like, "Oh, I know what's going on here. Very nice." And he gives a wink to the rats, and then he turns back to the party, and he's like, "Aye, where is the Oh right, I forgot you had him go out with Nihilus and I can't remember her name."
Well, I did have him go out with Nihilus. I did not expect. Is her name Blooma? This is Zenith attempting to make a joke.
And Ash was like, "I honestly cannot care enough to remember."
Fair enough. Well, now to wait, I guess. Unless anyone has anything else they want to do. I meant to do that in character, out of character, but I'm stuck in the voice. So.
It happens.
Anyway, so I would assume Nihilus, Auric, and Blooma are walking in the door right now.
Yeah.
Zenith and Levi are morphing into one
Wait,
person.
don't
Listen,
forget her.
my inner father is here, Kirsten.
Oh god.
What did you say, Mist?
I'm saying, don't forget, Blooma's right there.
Blooma, one of the first people to walk in. Are you one of the first or last people to walk into the door?
First.
Okay. So, Auric, so you watch, you kind of, go off to, you enter the room, it doesn't shock you, because, surprise party for Auric, and you watch Nihilus, and you see Oryx's reaction, and I need everyone to deafen.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
no.
Oh no!
Oh,
Wait, everyone or
God.
just
Don't traumatize the
I need
kid.
everyone but
Okay.
Miss to deafen.
Oh,
but missed.
okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Fuck. Come on, pull up, you piece of shit. There it is. Okay. Fuck. God damn it.
Do you want me
There
to
we go.
server mute you?
I got it.
Okay. So, Mist.
Yeah.
Blooma gets a sudden memory, and it's vague, in a sense, but it feels familiar, and it's blurry at first. But as it starts to like clear out, you see it seems to mirror the situation you're currently in, except it seems like you're surprising this kid. And it seems to be just a little girl, and there's a couple other kids next to you. And the most notable thing is, I have to look at something real quick because I need to remember something. Two of the kids look remarkably like you. The little girl you're surprising, and one of the kids next to you. And pretty much the second you get this memory, it's gone.
Would I have heard anything or?
You would have heard a name, because you would have been shouting the name, and that name would have been Rose, like, because you know people when you like surprise party someone, you're always like surprise, their name. Anyway, do you have any more questions, or?
Would she recognize some of the faces around?
She would recognize she would, like, all the faces would feel familiar, but the face that looks most familiar is the man who seemed to be bringing in this kid, Rose. And Blooma, when you remember his face, you get all these emotions kind of flooding forth of love. And the name that you remember is Fiorol. Yep, I can't pronounce that name.
No worries. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go on deafen.
Yep.
Let's go on deafen everybody.
There we go.
All right.
Should I be concerned?
Oh, right now, as everybody, is anybody like talking right now or anything of the sort?
Hi.
Hi.
Or is it is it just quiet for a moment?
So,
Bro, Silverton on deafen.
Silver will come back when he comes back. Anyway,
I'm just asking her, like, there's any like loud noises
Yes.
at the moment.
I imagine it would probably be just people like yelling surprise.
Yeah,
Alright.
Zenith being the loudest.
Okay.
Tavern
Like,
shaking screen. like,
anybody that's looking at Blooma, well, now start seeing her usual uncaring or more like happy type of kind of like insane look. At times, that may drop. Eyes looking at everybody, her shuddering and shaking. her pupils dilate, going wide, and water begins to flow from her eyes.
Did she have a flashback?
There's her gasping for air as a small whimper comes from her.
Hey, Blooma?
Hold on, I'm checking if
Oh.
Oric has calm emotions on at the moment.
Blooma, hey? You good?
Oh, hello?
Blooma, breathe.
Her,
Hey? And
her eyes cover, her hands cover her eyes as she's trying to wipe away the tears. For her right now, she felt the plasma what she's feeling right now is just in a constant trying to process what she saw, and she does not actively acknowledge anybody around her at the moment. Only the current moment of the situation. As the sobbing starts growing softly louder as time goes on.
Nihilus is trying to comfort her as
Yeah.
Max, is there anything that Nihilus may know, or is this completely new?
Oh no, this is new, man.
Ah, shit, he's unprepared
Hey
for
Max,
this.
I'm DMing
This is-
you something.
Okay.
Hold on.
Just because I want
I
to see
get it.
something.
So you guys,
Because Idris would be looking at Blooma with a curiosity. Okay. Like, he's concerned, but like, he's like concerned, but it is not his place to like help, especially after their little confrontation.
Nihilus is trying to comfort her. I don't know if he should roll something or if.
I imagine that you don't need to work or something. This isn't like a
you
current
don't need to
situation.
roll like you just Bruno is just right there. She would not recognize what you're doing, but anything like significant, like a shake to her body, would at least bring her back for a moment.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to touch her right now due to he thinks he might make it worse.
Hmm.
In that case, as the prank continues, you guys hear her saying two names and question about his unknown reason.
No, I want to say to the party, Nihilus looks very confused and very concerned as he. This is something completely new to him.
I will
What
say,
names?
Oh, go ahead, Eli.
I was just asking what names Blooma said.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's like Rose and Friolo. She's just crying. She's crying, saying those names like Friolo, Rose. What? What?
Nihilus is going to.
familiar.
Nihilus is going to gently tap on her shoulder. Hey.
She whips around, to slap his hand away. Shaking her head, finally realizing where she was is at the moment. Looking up, her body shaking as her flying kind of stutters a bit, dropping a few moments and then coming back up. What happened? Where am I?
You just suddenly started crying after a yelled surprise. Are you okay? What happened?
Yeah.
Who is Rose? And I did not catch the other name.
I think it was.
It was Friolo.
Friolo, that's right.
Who is Rose and Friolo? If you can possibly remember.
Friolo.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you want to talk about it?
A bit. She's the sudden flashback, feeling like it was a party, and recognizing what she saw, she looks back at Ulrich, then Zenith.
I will say Oric is like sort of at her side. Like Oric was like really surprised and happy, and then he saw what was happening to Blooma, and he kind of immediately responded with like getting beside her and like checking on her and sort of trying to stay close, but stay out of her personal space so she doesn't get mad at him. And Zenith was kind of like looking away, scratching at his face with his claw.
Nihilus.
Go
ahead.
Oh no, like she covers her eye, using one of her eyes, one of her hands. She covers her eyes, and then but faces are towards Nihilus, but she's still she's directly speaking to Zenith at this point. Look, I don't want to say much right now. Just I'll explain it. This is a party, right?
Nihilus looks at Org and says, "You enjoy the party. I'm going to go talk with Blooma. I'm sure things will be alright. We just need to have a quick talk, so everything will be."
Zenith, look, I'm sorry for right now, but I don't have a gift.
You're okay. We may not be on the best of terms, but you're okay.
Hand me something at work has right now. Something that you think could be fixed or something, and just hand it over to me. I think I have something for it.
I'm not anyone from thing.
Blooma's offering to Zenith if Oric needs something fixed, or if something made, hand it to her, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and Blooma, you see Oric like jingling with his little purple pouch, and he like he hands you a few sugar cubes in the shape of like surprisingly of Calypso.
He hands her what?
Sugar cubes, like because you know he thinks sugar makes everyone happier.
All right, she takes it and just like, well, thank you. And then she's flies using Nihilus as like a way to bring her over. Like she's just grabbing onto the hood, just following wherever he takes her.
Yeah, Nihilus is gonna kind of take her to their room.
Meanwhile, Astral's in the background sweating at the sight of sugar cubes.
Oh no. It's like, never, not again. I can't go back. Not again.
I just got clean, man.
Now let's get past that for a minute. Happy late birthday, Oric. I know, kiddo, we haven't been able to celebrate it for a few years, so I hope you enjoy this. If you need anything from your old pop, you know what to do. But Tia, did the cake get made?
It's it's in the back right now. Do you want me to go get it?
After a little socialization, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And like Zenith tips no, wrong character. Fuck. Zenith like does a small bow. I'm mixing my characters, guys. I'm sorry.
Levi.ext is having an issue.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are talking, you guys feel a presence in the room.
Oh.
Does either one of my characters recognize this presence?
Orc does.
Does he recognize it as a person, like a god, or a person he knows?
He recognizes it as a Korra.
No.
And
Mother!
Ooh, mother! Like, Oric goes, mother!
And she she appears behind him and she smiles. And hugs him.
Oric, like, like tightly hugs Akora. Mom, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I've had a great day so far. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm sure I'm fine.
This is a bit awkward out of character.
Yeah, want to talk about it?
Out of character, it's even funnier because Niles. Well, it's not. It's funny to me, but Niles isn't there because he's too busy comforting Blooma and talking
Yeah,
with him.
Oh,
So he
I just wanted to point out, since everyone's been like conversing and talking, because it's a party, Zill is not at the party, and no one's seen her yet today. Just pointing that out because you guys would be conversing and would probably take notice that Zill's not at the party. She's running late.
Which
She'll
is
show up in a
what.
few minutes.
Okay.
It's why I wanted to
Um,
mention that Idris would be standing by like the presents after sitting his down, but like he's just standing there a bit awkwardly and looking at
Also,
Ikora.
Idris would also notice the rats trying to shove the mossy box onto the gift stand. They're still struggling.
He's gonna help them. He's actually
There's
gonna
only
help
2 of them.
The
He's
poor
helping
rats.
them.
And pretty
Go
much
ahead,
the second that the box is on the table, they both run to Oric and kind of like swarm at his feet.
does Orc recognize these rats?
Yeah, they're his
Does he-
brothers.
Huh?
Does he know their names? These ones specifically.
what the fuck?
So these 2 rats, one is named, like, there's one it's white with brown patches. Its name is Stitch. And there's an entirely gray one, and its name is Slattern.
Slattern! And like, or you see guys, you guys see Orc. Oh, I just dropped to the floor, like, because I'm pretending to be Orc, and I hurt my leg. Ow.
You
And you
dumbass.
see him like petting the little rats, and he says, "Brothers, how are you doing?"
They're not his brothers, like as in Sibler, his siblings. They are owned by his brother.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
he knows.
I worded that
He
weird.
refers to them as, yeah. I was
Okay.
going with the bit of he refers to them
Okay.
as brothers rats, but
Yeah, okay. Anyway, and Ikora, like, Stitch and Slatter, they get happily kind of, or not really kind of, they happily hop onto Oric, essentially, and just kind of sit on his shoulders. But Ikora, Ikora, she smiles and she says, "Unfortunately, Raziel couldn't make it. He had some other things to work with."
oh, give him this though. And Oric reaches into his brazier and hands Ikora a letter. Says, "I haven't been able to see him in a while, so I writ him a letter in case I ever got to see him again."
And she nods and she takes the letter and she says, I'll be sure to give him this. But I unfortunately cannot stay long. But I will stay as long as I can."
Thank you, Mom. And I will mention to everyone, Zenith is, at the moment, he's kneeling on one leg with his head down, bowed to Ikora.
Ikora looks to Zenith and rolls her eyes and says, "Stand up. We've known each other for too long."
It gets awkward.
Sorry, my lady. And Zenith stands back up, but he tries to maintain a polite stature.
Question. By the time Nihilus is comforting and talking with Blooma, would they be starting to come back now, or?
Oh no,
Um,
she will need a moment to actually talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I was just kind of checking. So yeah, not now.
Yeah, I'm just staying quiet so I can enjoy the party.
Yeah.
So the Astro's he's just kind of standing there, and he's looking around, and he's like, I've been back for like a total of like 2 days, and I feel like I missed a lot.
And Eris kind of like is next to him and kind of moves next to him and says, "Yeah. What happens when you're gone?"
To be fair, was not willing. Although, weirdly enough, it was more like a vacation. The place I went to was actually quite nice.
The man was lucky we were on the
I
sea.
did get stabbed by a wyvern, but that was probably the worst part of the trip.
Stabbed by a wyvern? Ouch. That does not
Yeah.
sound pleasant.
It was not.
But at this point in time, as like the party's kind of like gone off of the family reunion and everything's kind of settled down, you guys see Zill walk in.
Oh, look.
He's just like,
Kirsten.
he's just like fucking pain. Like, she's like,
Yeah, I was
Like-
waiting to see if any of the characters were gonna say anything first, because Zill is very obviously a good 10 to 20 minutes late for this party.
A
She
whole
walks
day
in.
late.
She's not. Stop.
Gotta be
But she walks
fresh
in,
every
and
day.
you would see that, like, in her hands, it looks like a pretty old-looking book. It looks extremely, like, used and tattered. And she just kind of, like, she doesn't want to interrupt anything. She's just, like, continuing to hold the book, and she just goes over by the, like, gift area. And she doesn't sit down the book, she's just holding it near it and standing next to Idris and, like, saying hi of, like, sorry, it took way longer than expected. I would have told you where I was going if I known it would take that long. Sorry about that. Because she just left him a
Idris-
little note. I'd be gone for a few hours.
Idris would have just patted her shoulder and told her that it was okay, and then like very quietly muttering and like being like, Ikora's here. With like, because he knows who the fuck Ikora is, so.
Zill
Who
does as
doesn't know?
Zill... Max, I have a question. Zill would have met Ikora before, right? Like,
Yeah.
they would know who... Yeah, okay, just double checking. I'm like, just verifying. She would, like, obviously she didn't know before. She was just like, shit, I'm late, don't make a scene. Walking into the party. But, like, she looks over and she's like, oh. And she turns back to Idris and she goes, I'm gonna go say hi, I'll be back. And then she, like, walks...
Like, it's like,
Poor Idris
like
in this
a, like
party.
a playful betrayal from Zill. Like, a playful betrayal. Like, his face is like fucking like semi like confused. And like his ears are perked up. Cause he, out of character, I don't know his relationship with Ikora, and I prefer if I don't. But
It's funnier that it's awkward. I think it's funnier.
yeah, no, because of what he is. But anyways, Idris is just like standing there like, how could you, like, he has a whole face of like, how could you do this? Without actually saying anything.
She just like kind of like laughs at him, and then she makes her way over to like Orc and Ikora, and she's still like holding the book, and she just looks at Ikora and she goes, Ikora, it has been a minute. It's lovely to see you again.
And Ikora turns to her, she says, it is lovely to see you too. Again too, Zill.
Still, you know my mom?
Yes, I know most of the gods. And she just kind of like side eyes like Orc, and kind of like Ikora would recognize that like Orc in this party doesn't know what Zill is and has no idea her relationships to the gods. So like Ikora would just be able to put two and two together. But yeah, she just looks at Orc and is like, yes, I know most of the gods. Kind of personally
Zill,
sometimes.
Zill could be considered an older friend of mine.
You see Zill like actually like turn and like snort at that, and she's like, you could say that.
You could say that. Which I will say, Ikora is kind of the reason Zill is even allowed in the material plane in the first place.
That is true.
What the fuck was that?
Background noise.
What the hell was that?
Who
Oh,
was-
oh.
Who was that? I bet
That was Isaac. This was Firefly
What?
all over again.
Holy
that was
What
my
happened?
brother across the room. Well, across the hall. I
Perfect.
wasn't sure if you guys could hear him at all.
Wait, are you guys?
And one
Wait a second. Did I just hear someone go, "Oh," really
Yes!
loudly?
That's
Hi,
what
there was
happened.
half a moment of silence in this call, and that's what happened.
Holy fuck.
I love that we got that
Anyway,
F
on
in the chat,
recording.
please. F in the chat.
I wasn't sure if you guys could hear him, so I didn't bother muting half the time. I didn't expect him to do that really well.
suddenly we don't. He
No,
just
that was so
randomly
fucking
screams.
funny.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Anyway,
Anyway.
after Zil and Akora have their shared what appears to be like an inside joke, basically, amongst them, Zilton then turns to Orc and goes, I was gonna sit this on the gift table, but it's a bit more delicate, so I thought it'd be better just to give to you in person. And she, puts, the book towards him. Max, please explain what the book is.
So this book is a very old book from what you can tell. Specifically, this book is more so, it's probably a first-hand account of the breach and the following, the experiences following it.
Oric would obviously be able to tell how old this book looks, right?
Mhm.
So, Oric, seeing how old this book looks, Zil, you see him, very gently take it from you, and he gives you, a big old, smile with his old starry eyes, and he goes, "Thank you very much, Miss Zil."
She just smiles at him and goes,
I would like to say I gotta find it. So, the author of this book is, his name is Orphidius Lionhearted.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me?
As someone who
Max,
knows a
Sir
lion-hearted.
DM, would you like to kindly refer as to why it's fucking lion-hearted?
Told you why
Um,
it's Lionhearted.
No, you didn't.
Is
No,
it
it's not.
is it Orphidius Lionhearted the first?
Orphidius was he was a member of the party that closed the breach.
Oh,
You never
fuck.
told me it was lion-hearted.
I told you it was the Lionhearted.
No, you did not.
Oh my god.
Any coincidence?
I did it because it gave the Lionhearted family some presence in my world.
Oh, well, okay. So the name wasn't originally Lionhearted, but
It wasn't. It is now.
Okay, that makes more sense. I'm about to say hey, that's a really funny coincidence. wait. Isn't Orphidius the guy you keep telling me about, Max?
No.
Okay, because I wasn't sure.
Also, to explain to the viewers,
anyway.
in Silver's world, I have a character named Cronin Lionhearted, so...
The third. Don't forget the third, Mr. Edward.
The third! Fucking
alternate
third
dimensions,
my ass.
but same last name.
Alternate dimensions, but same last name.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Zil, after Oric does that, Zil smiles back at Oric and she just goes, I know you're a big fan of history, and there's nothing more accurate than a personal account of it. I've
Wait,
had this
personal
book
account?
for a while. Yes, that is more of a journal than a historical book.
Oh, and you see Oric realize how precious this item is, and you see him very gently open his knapsack, and you see him make space in his knapsack, in a very specific slot, that seems to be separated from the rest of his knapsack, and he very gently slides it in there, puts it there, buckles it down so that it doesn't fall out, and he pats it very gently, and then he closes his knapsack.
1 second. Sorry, I'm getting DM information. She just, looks at him and she just smiles. And sorry, I was reading DMs. She smiles and she just goes, "Fuck! I was gonna say something." I remember. I'm so smart. Anyway. She like smiles and you can see it's kind of a somber smile. Like the way whenever you like smile at like good things that don't exist anymore, like the happy sad memories type of smile. And she just goes, "I know you would take good care of it." And she just kind of like eyes the book as if it like meant something to her.
I'm gonna ask this to the DM. Would Oric be able to tell that this meant a great deal to her?
Roll an insight.
I was gonna say if I'm blatantly saying it, it's pretty obvious. So I would, but yeah, roll insight, sure.
Okay.
It's not gonna be that hard to notice.
12.
12.
He would notice.
Yeah.
You see Oric like pause for a moment to think, Zill, and he goes, "Well, maybe Miss Zill, when I get to reading it, I can read it with you."
She just smiles but shakes her head. I have read that journal a few thousand times in my lifetime. I do not think I should look at it much more.
Okay, if you ever want it back, though, you're free to take it.
She just smiles, then nods, and then heads back over to Idris.
All right.
I'm going to DM someone while you guys continue.
And Astral's just like, what does this mean? We're giving our gifts now, or are we going to wait until after the party?
Before we get to the cake, I wouldn't mind if you guys wanted to do gifts.
Oh, for sure. Who wants to go next? I guess that's me.
You go ahead. I have 10 presents over there. I will be last.
And Astral, he like the two scroll cases, they're encompassed in his magical aura, and they float over, and they're kind of like floating between Oric and Astral, and he's like, "I'm sorry I couldn't make you more. This was kind of short notice. Just here, but take these." And he levitates the two scroll cases over.
Oric very lightly takes them and says, "Oh, these are really pretty, Mr. Astral."
Well, yes, of course. Well, there's something inside of each of them.
Okay, and you see Oric open them, like, you see him sit down at a table, and he very gently opens it and looks at the first one.
The first one is a scroll of Time's Arrow. Basically, this means any projectile that's being short shot at you, even magical, you can freeze it in time and send it at somebody else.
Oh! Man, if
With
only
a roll, of course. With a roll, of course.
Yeah,
I'll send you the stats later.
I only wish I was a wizard.
That is a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
And the next, and Astro says, "I've been working on this spell for quite some time. It's to help you to not get hit, but make sure the hit doesn't get wasted."
And he opens the next one, and
it is a scroll of temporal reversion.
Oh, fuck! I know that one. Okay.
Basically, for the viewers, this is a time spell, or chronomancy, if you prefer that term, that will literally reverse someone's wounds back in time and erase them from existence. You get to restore like 7d10 hit points, but it is a 5th level spell, so it is kind of costly. But again, a lot of hit points.
If you were to use that on a person, like a perfectly fine person. Could you
Actually,
Well,
Anyway, don't ask. I'm not gonna ask.
The spell
Anyway.
fails if they the spell fails if they don't actually have any wounds because it just erases the wounds from existence. Because
So if I were to edit that spell. Anyway, continue the gift giving. I'm not asking questions.
and Astral says, I would have made you more, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to make these, and scrolls can take quite a lot of time to make.
Oric like gently nods. You see him put the scrolls like in the boxes in their boxes respectfully. You see him turn to you and get up. He says, "Mr. Astral, is it okay if I give you a hug?"
Why, of course.
And Oric like runs over and he kind of hugs you around like where the base of your neck is, and he goes like, "Thank you very much, Mr. Astral."
And Astral, he just takes one hoof and like wraps it around it because he still has to have the other one to stand up. And like he's like, oh wait, I forgot I had one more. And he's like, I almost forgot about it. And he takes a step away and he's like, oh shite, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. And he says, this one is kind of tricky. Make sure you're using it on somebody you think it'll do the most effectiveness on. And he hands it over to you. It's one more scroll case.
Okay.
And when you open it, you will see. Fuck, what did I put this down as? Oh, it says it is a scroll of Novus.
Novice?
Or novice.
Like novice?
Or
Okay.
novice. Or novice or novus. Basically, when you cast it on a creature, it'll remove any modifiers they get from their proficiency bonus.
Holy.
Like basically their attacks will be cut in half.
And also their saving throws.
And also their saving throws. Like, and it lasts for like 10 minutes.
Oh, holy shit! That is a strong spell.
It is another 5th level spell. So, and remember, whenever you use scrolls, they disappear. So make sure you use them wisely.
Yeah. You like as you give this one to Orc, he gives you another smaller hug, and you see him run over to the other scrolls, put the case down, and you see him. I've described this before, but I have the picture now. You see him pull out like his little a little side thing he keeps on his right side, and you see him open it with like the little eyes doing the little squinty like thing and the like X thing when it was closed, and you see him like attach the scrolls in behind his map.
And that like Astral kind of walks over and like, so Astral is shorter than Oric because again Astral is barely 4 feet tall. He's a tiny horse. So he does his best. He kind of like pats Oric's head and he's like, if you ever want any more scrolls, just let me know. Although you may need to provide the materials because they are not cheap.
Oric, you see Oric nod, and you see him pull out his quill for a moment. And do you know the Elvish language?
Oh, I know 11 languages.
Holy, no, that's not him asking. That's like me, player to player. Do you know Elvish?
Oh yeah, that's one of the languages I know.
You see him write down like hastily at like the edge of his map, make Flower Crown Astral.
And like he doesn't mention it. He's like, happy birthday, Oric.
Thank you, Mr. Astral, again.
You're very welcome. And if you ever want to know more about my culture and my people, you'll need to ask.
Thank you. And he gives you like a very similar smile to what he gave Zil. It's like the not a heathen grin. It's more of like a true like it is true feeling as he smiles and like his eyes are starry.
He rolls his R's. But anyway, Astral's like, you're very welcome. Who would like to go next?
So-
Idris is like, yes, oh. Go ahead.
You go.
Okay. But, Idris's ears would have just perked up, and, like, he would have took his present, the wrapped up gift he got for Auric off the table, and he'd just a little bit, not like nervously, but he'd just like partially put his hand up and just semi-clear his throat and be like, I would be fine with going next if you all are fine with that.
You see Zenith just give like a small like affirmative grunt and nod.
Well, of course. And like Astro, he takes like a step away from Auric to let Idris walk up to him.
Yeah, and Idris is just gonna walk up to him and he's gonna crouch down, like, to Auric's height. And he's just gonna hand his gift to him.
You said it was wrapped?
Yes.
Okay, as you hand it to him, you see Auric give you a small bow, Idris, and he goes, "Thank you very much, Mr. Idris. Can't wait to see what it is." And you see him, like, I'm assuming it's, like, flipped over on the side where, like, the back of the easel is. So you see Auric,
the
like,
back
very...
of the canvas, yeah.
Yeah, or, fuck,
It
yeah,
took us, like,
canvas.
10 minutes to
We
figure
had a fucking 5-minute conversation trying to figure out that word, and I forgot it. Anyway.
Maybe 6 people.
Bro.
That's
funny, though.
But you see him, like, very carefully, like, lift the tape to try and not break the wrapping paper. And he, like, very gently takes it off, like, across, like, off from across. And I'm assuming it's like a wooden back frame, like how with most painting canvases are. So you see him grab that gently, and you see him look at it, and I will let you describe what is on it.
So, when Auric flips this canvas to look at it, what it seems to be is a fully, like, colorful painted, little area of, like, the background would just kind of, like, represent the woods. Just, like, a calm, peaceful thing. And in the middle of it would be Zenith walking. And his arms are kind of, like, holding on to someone's legs on his shoulders. And above that would be Auric. And he would be sitting on Zenith's shoulders and just, like, pointing out at something in the distance with, like, a sparkle in his eye. And both of them would just have big smiles on their faces as it just depicts them walking.
Okay, so
That's
Idris,
actually beautiful.
Idris, you see Auric, like, look at this for a minute. You see him kind of take it in, and you see ears start to fill, like, the bottom of his eyes. Did I see ears or tears? You see tears start to fill the bottom of his, like, of his eyes.
No, his ears.
Hey, but you see him, like, gently put the painting down, and you see him, like get up with, like, the table or the chair scooching back a bit, and you see him, like, jump up, like, try to jump up and hug you, and he's hugging you really tightly.
Oh, Idris, who was, like, semi-crouching, would have been, like, slightly caught off guard. So, like, before he fell, he would have caught himself and Auric, but he would have just hugged him back. And just, like, let out a soft chuckle. And Idris would just shake his head and just be like, "You don't need to thank me, it's a birthday gift after all."
Idris, you do see Zenith, like walk over and look at it, and a moment after he takes it in, you actually see a tear start to, like, fall out of his good eye, his eye that's not, like, scratched over, and you see him, like, walk away. Because Zenith is crying for a different reason. But you see him, like, wipe that away, and he gives you a soft smile, and then he walks back to where he was standing.
But, Idris would end up letting Auric go, and, like, kind of just, like, setting him back down on the chair after, like, Auric pulled away from the hug, and just, like, give him a smile and just pat on his head, and just wish him a little happy birthday. And he would end up going back over, like, I have to ask, where is Sopez? Isaac.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Standing?
Where Sopez? He'd probably just be off to the side, probably by, like, the bar top. He'd probably just be standing by that and watching.
Okay. Because like, after a moment, Idris would end up walking away after saying another happy birthday, and he would walk up to Sopez, and, like, very quietly, to where only they would be able to hear, like, no one else, he would just gently say if after, like in a moment, if he and Sopez could step into another room.
Sopez would, he'd hesitate, but he'd give a nod and just whisper back just as quietly, "Yeah, we can do that."
Lopez is like, "Am I in trouble?"
That's why he hesitated. He thought he might be in trouble again.
It would be
When
very
you get-
obvious that he is not in trouble, but just Idris wants to talk.
There's a lot of
we will get to that in a second. We're just gonna go through the rest of the main, like the big presents, and like Orc would notice that after this, like the rats are trying to like get him to go to the table.
Oh, okay. And I can't remember their names, but he says their names. Okay. Blank
Stitch,
and blank.
Stitch and Slattern.
Oh, okay, Stitch. Okay, Slattern. This way we go.
And he like walks with them.
And Orc, you see a small box that is covered in moss and it has a couple mushrooms on top.
Oric knows who this is from. I'm sorry, Max. He knows who this is from.
Obviously.
He knows who this is from, and everyone can see. Like, surprisingly, Oric, who smiles a lot, his smile gets even bigger, and he rushes to gently open this box without hurting it.
And in this box, you find a simple bloom or a blossom, and you would recognize this blossom as. Let me look at it. I gotta find it real quick. Give me a moment. You would recognize this blossom as a carandelli.
Oh.
And these flowers are rare, to say the least. And that's because they bloom once every couple hundred years. And essentially, they are said to bring extreme luck. And with this blossom of Carandelli, you now have the ability to use the lucky feat.
Ew. Wait.
Giving the lucky
Like
feet. Holy
permanently,
shit.
or
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Damn.
Fuck! Holy
damn
fuck!
boy.
Okay, Max. This
The
means
only
there's some
thing-
shit coming.
The only thing that could have been better, but would not have been better. I said, never mind. Say maybe the halfling's lucky, but no, the lucky feet is just better.
So I
Yeah,
can
no,
straight
this-
up get. Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Everyone to see Orc like gently, like take this bloom. Which, if you could, Max, could you send a picture of what it looks like?
It does not have a picture. I don't have a picture for it, but everyone sees this thing, and it's a very beautiful flower. It's a kind of a cream color, but as it gets down to the center, it looks almost pure gold. It also looks very reminiscent, like, of a lily, and the way that lilies are shaped.
I can't believe Big Brother gave this to me. It's such a rare flower.
And Akora, like, she smiles and she says, "Yes, he spent a lot of time waiting in my garden for that one to bloom."
Well, I'm gonna make the best necklace out of this one yet.
And she smiles and she says, "I will add a bit more to your luck. It may not be much, but it's what I can do at the moment." And she is essentially giving you a DM inspiration.
Oh, Max.
Got a good picture,
Okay, if
Max?
you're
I
giving
just
me
sent
this
you
much, that is scary. Okay.
And after this, she says her goodbyes and kind of fucks off. But
Yeah, which obviously, like, goodbyes, Oric hugs her,
Mhm.
all that fun stuff.
ooh, that is, yeah. if you want to, Silver, if you want to send that to him, you can, because that's actually very similar to what I was describing. But this is just a sign that you guys should have your characters have birthdays more often. Like, I will straight up post the Otawan calendar so you can figure this shit out.
Me, who's already rolled for my character's birthdays.
I only asked
mean.
what season it was.
I mean, like, does it work for me because my character's not from Ottawa?
I mean, we could make it work for you.
Well, I mean, I have another idea. Like, maybe that he could host a birthday for you know who.
Maybe.
Grave
Go
Watcher?
back there. No. Somebody else.
I also feel like Nihilus won't probably try not to talk about his birthday for reasons.
Zill has no idea when her birthday is. Not really.
No birthday, bitch.
So,
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I mean-
so are all the gifts left just the ones from Zenith?
Yes.
Okay,
I think. Unless anyone else has something.
Also, Blooma has memory loss, so she can't remember. So that's new.
Anyway,
Party doesn't get birthdays. The child gets a birthday, and that's
the
it.
child gets a birthday. But okay, thank you, Isaac. We can run through the gifts from Zenith real quick then.
Alright. So Zenith kind of pick up, like, this is normal. You know, Auric lets Zenith do this all the time. Zenith, like, picks up Auric and says, "Hey there, little buddy! Can't believe you've turned 14. Now, I have quite a few gifts for you because of, well, the past 4 years. But I also wanted to give you something right off the bat. I know," and, like, you see Zenith set down Auric and he kneels down and he says, "I know you don't get to speak to your ma that much. So," and Zenith, like, digs into his pocket and he pulls out an amulet of Ikora and he hands it to,
Nice.
Auric. Hey, what's up, Ethan? Okay.
What?
Sorry, my roommate just got home.
Oh. I thought I said Eden for some reason. I was like,
I was saying, wait a minute. This is like, wait, is Eden back?
wait, like, I did not know about this, but the
Wait, fuck, I forgot Luca's here. Oh shit, did he get him anything? Fuck. Oh god. Give me a minute.
But, hold on, I need to pull up the list of what all...
Me
yeah.
DMing Max like 5 minutes ago, being like, hey, can I get this thing for Auric? Like, as the party is starting, I'm like, oh shit.
Well, Zenith didn't really tell you guys to get anything, so you guys would have been fine.
Well, yeah, but still. As a player, I was like, oh shit, I had like weeks to plan.
But, just so that I don't, like, overplay this, I'm going to run through what Auric gets, from Zenith. Just so that we can continue on with session. So, Zenith takes Auric over to the, presence. One of the boxes is like sort of smallish, and he opens that for him and says, "Here, I remember you were saying you got cold back on the mountain, so I got you a new coat, and I will post a picture of what the coat looks like." And you guys see Zenith pull out this blue coat with like a furry inside, and this red tint in the back. He says, "That was straight from Miss, Viola, I believe her name was, herself." He also hands him a pair of, like, goggles that has, like, the little zoom-in thing, like, you know, like, so he can look into things further and inspect. And also keep his eyes safe, because, you know, he hands him a telescope, a stuffed animal of a lion and a fawn, like a deer fawn, that kind of thing. A book of constellations. And finally, Zenith says, "Well, now that you are of age, back from where I am,
my tradition is that I am supposed to teach you to fight. Now, I know that isn't something you prefer, and you prefer studying. So, I bought both sets of items.
Nihilus,
I would
who
like to
gave
teach you
the
to fight just in case. And Zenith unravels a box of wooden training swords, spears, and what's that called? A training bow with training arrows and stuff. And Oric just hugs Zenith really tightly and thanks him for each gift over and over. And he does put on the amulet of Akora.
So
and there you
is
go.
Zenith's gifts over?
That is Zenith's gifts.
Okay. so everybody, so the door suddenly flies open to the tavern, and Luca walks on the door. He's like, "Give me a second. Oh God, last minute, a lot of running. Fucking magic shop is fucking across town. God damn it."
blue blur looking ass.
And he's like, "Orc, yeah, that's your name, yeah, Orc. I got you something." And he's like, "Here, just take it already." Oh God. He's like, and you sit down.
We love Luca in this household.
Luca, he hands you a ring. And this is the ring of free action.
Oh.
And basically, you are now
Holy
immune
shit.
to being paralyzed or restrained, and difficult terrain does not cost you any extra move.
Holy shit. Damn.
Or
nice
he's fucking
Has
correct.
Birthdays are just
We're
buffed.
making Auric the most powerful member of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my
He needs to be.
birthdays
If
are-
he isn't the most powerful ever, he's gonna die, and nobody
And
wants that.
Auric can also give it to Zenith because he's the more up in your face melee combat if he wants to.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, he can give it to
Birthday-
Zenith if he wants to.
Birthday parties in D&D are just buff sessions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And is
I do
everyone?
thanks, Luca.
Oh, okay.
That's
Anyway.
it. I just thanks
That is
Luca.
it for me. I'm good over here.
Yep. Idris,
Hi.
I'll give you the reins
Oh,
Oh,
no.
well,
for your
is
thing.
Isaac, is Sopez going to walk with Idris into a different room?
I mean, yeah, if Idris motions towards it.
Oh, do we all need a deafen?
No.
Oh.
But, Idris just, as the party was, dying down after Orcs getting his gifts, he would have motioned for Sopez to follow him into a, different room if he was wanting to.
I mean, yes, Sopez would follow him eventually.
Okay. I gotta get my fucking thing out.
What thing?
You gotta get your dad
What
voice.
is going on?
Gotta get your dad voice
Stop
out.
pulling out your cop.
Whoa!
That
It's
is
We
a-
almost got
father.
restricted.
It's a paddle. It's a paddle. He is in trouble.
No,
Oh, shit.
not the battle.
Idris locks.
I
Idris
haven't blown
locks
up a
the door.
bomb.
They
I
concerned
got it.
with whatever Idris is in there doing with our son. Say that
Okay,
out of
okay.
character, of course.
But I do have it, so once the door shuts, I'd assume Sopez walk in a little after Idris, and when the door shuts, Idris wasn't looking at him at first, but he's gonna turn to Sopez and clear his throat for a second, and he's just going to open his mouth and go, "Sopez, I know that for the past 10 years since we met, that you've been a man who solemnly seeks answers to the many questions of this world. With you becoming my apprentice, I've seen nothing but genuine kindness and curiosity for those around you. And I know that right now, what you've been facing is fairly difficult. What I might do could make it more difficult, and I apologize for that, but from the bottom of my heart, and like as he's saying this, I forgot to say, but like he's like dead serious. Like he is just looking at Sopez and just like is very serious. And he continues and goes, "Just know that I do care for you, son, and that you've shown tremendous strength. So whatever happens, I know you can overcome it. But just be sure that you are the one who makes the choice. Follow what you want and not what someone else wants you to be." And like he's just gonna end up like partially coughing to like semi-clear his throat again and continue and go, "But alas, I'm just getting off topic. I dragged you aside because after a long, very long time of consideration, I've decided to come to you with an offer. You don't need to answer it now, but just keep it in the back of your mind. But I would like to ask you that once I step down from my place as leader of the revival, if you would like to take my place as the leader of it. It could possibly help further your journey for knowledge that you seek, and can get you into places only certain people may tread. And after all this time of training you, these past 10 years, I only think it would be right that if you chose to, that you would carry the group's title as the next Hellsinger." And like, after he says all of that, by the way, I will copy this and like send it to you because I had to type that shit out. But after he says that, he is just he's gonna go silent and just kind of like look to Sopez to see his reaction or just like semi-gauge it.
So, give me a fucking second. So,
First of all, you had to say son, then everything else.
Sopez
You
isn't
just
tearing up, I will be disappointed.
no. So, if you were to look at Sopez, you could just see the clear like just loss of words as he's just standing there in like partial shock and awe. Like you can see he is teary-eyed a little at like, especially once you said like the word son, take your place, and Hellsinger. You could see that those words got to him a lot more after. So instead of like saying anything, he's just gonna walk forward and give Idris a very tight hug.
And Idris is just gonna hug him and just like pat his back, and he's just gonna go, "I am a bit sorry, but just do know that what I've said is genuinely from my heart."
And so this will respond, like, if you can hear his voice is like slightly shaky, not like just from like the pure like how much that meant to him in a way of like, I understand, and thank you, Idris, a lot. And with that, he's kind of just going to get quiet and tighten the hug again.
And Idris is just gonna hug him back, and he's just gonna shake his head at the thank you, and he's gonna go, "You don't need to thank me, son. You're fine."
I'm glad I can consider you a father, Idris. I really am.
Like, Idris is gonna pause for a second. He's gonna be like, "Well, if it makes it any better, I've always considered you my son for a while now."
Yeah. It just feels different being the one saying it, I guess.
And he's gonna nod and just like, he's gonna like semi pull away from the hug to look at Sopez, and he's just gonna go, "Both you and Zil are Hellsingers to me. because you are a part of my family, and I will always consider you as my son.
And I'm absolutely honored to be a part of that family, Idris. It means a lot, genuinely, and thank you.
And Idris is just gonna pat his head and be like, you don't have to thank me. But as well, just be sure to keep what I said in your thoughts.
I will, and don't doubt that's not going to leave my head for the next few days.
I am, as well, sorry to suddenly dump that on you, by the way, but I felt the timing was necessary.
Yeah, I can understand that. We haven't exactly had much time to quote-unquote talk.
And he's gonna just nod his head partially and be like, yeah, there has been quite a bit that's been happening. And he's just gonna end up, like, shaking his head a little bit and just be like, never mind that for now, but later I do have more questions for you, but I feel like it's not a good time, and I feel as if we should possibly head back to the party. Zil might be wondering if I'm scolding you. And, like, when he says that, he's just gonna, like, give a playful chuckle.
Yeah, probably considering, I mean, at this point I can consider Zil a mother, so I mean, now you're just the father, so guess it just
like,
fits.
When he says that, he's just gonna, like, raise an eyebrow and be like, consider Zil as a mother?
Let's get back to the group, Idris.
And, like, he looks a bit confused. He's like, what do you mean by that, though?
It's nothing. You don't need to worry. Back to the group.
Anyway.
Out of character, laughing my ass off.
Yep.
Me
too.
So, yeah, we're gonna move to Mist and Nihilus.
Yes. I'd also like to
Sorry
say
that took
for
so long.
the big-ass paragraph, I'll send it to Mike for people who didn't hear it.
By the way, I'm guessing this would have been happening during the party, not like after
Yep.
it. So yeah.
This is all happening during.
Yeah. So like, mild rewind time here. So as Nihilus just brings Blooma to the room, the first thing he does, he looks at his sleeve, he pulls out the Fiendish Terror, and he says, "Can you go play with the kid? I'm pretty sure he'll like your company. Please."
And you watch it kind of like fly, stick to a wall, and crawl into the vents.
Oh shit. He actually says that, by the way. Oh fuck. Oh well, it's not my problem right now. Anyways, and then he closes the door. He looks to Blooma as he actually pulls down his hood and mask, which he really never does that. And he sits on the bed and he kind of pats a space next to him. He's like, alright, let's talk this out.
McKenna.
What did you...
Blooma flies towards Skinner, dropping where he tapped. Taking one of the few moves she does to, the right moves she does to actually walk on the bed. Like she goes on the edge and then walks forward and just flops down, sitting on the edge. Her body still, her hands just trembling. And she looks at them and then looks back up. He don't know what happened.
So let's take this as slow and as long as possible. So let's kind of backtrack here. We got to the party, they out surprise, and then you suddenly was in shock and started crying. What did you... Max! I don't know if that
it was right
pointed
there.
at me.
It was
Huh?
completely pointed at you. It was completely pointed at you. It was right there.
I was expecting Miss or someone else say that, but honestly, it's you, so I'm not surprised. Anyways. Now it says, So, what has happened? What did you see? Or what did you remember?
I saw just another party. None of you were there, but I felt happy. Different from what I am now. That's what I feel right now. And I heard myself shouting. I don't know who. All I know is a small kid in front of me as I threw out the word rose. It was a party. And I saw somebody. My heart was strange. I don't know what to say. I think when you like somebody, or just a lot. I can't remember the word right now, but all I know is I knew that everybody was there. Was happy. And all I know is just the name Rose and Briolo.
Nihilus. Oh, go ahead. Continue.
And I don't know anything else.
He thinks on what he says. A part of him kind of, and I say kind of loosely, relates to this, mainly because of the whole, vision thing. And he says, whatever. It seems like maybe some of your memories are coming back. So, I will be here for you. And I will do everything that I can to help you possibly either find these people or try to remember more. This is actually kind of more progress because we have something to possibly go off of.
It's funny they say that. I mean, we barely met, only for a few months, and
listen, Blooma, you helped save me, and you kind of, even if it was an accident, you stopped me from doing something. And then he sings on the word doing something stupid. I trust you more than anyone in this party as of right now. And I mean that.
what? Even when I caused so much trouble, I mean,
Like I
don't
said,
sound.
I've been kind of stressed, especially with the memories that I've been apparently getting back as well. I know it can be a stressful thing. It can be a lot. And honestly, I wholeheartedly apologize for being a total and utter dick towards you. I try to look out for both of us, and I know I can be a lot, but honestly, I still would like for you to be around, and honestly, I can safely call you one of my best friends I've ever had, honestly. You mean a lot to me. Our character, this is not a love confession. He's just saying he cares about her. Just clearing that up. Anyways. Yeah, also the music is kind of funny though. So
I'm gonna change the music is gonna be changed in post.
Okay.
I just did not do it today because I'm not fighting with Xray at the moment.
Oh yeah, to the viewers. Manucci is the best song ever. Get used to it.
The viewers may not be hearing Manucci because I don't know if it's copyrighted, but its copyright is allowing me to use it on YouTube.
That's a good
fair.
point.
So
that's fair. No, that's fair.
Anyways, Nihilus says, I actually really do apologize, and I want to make it up to you.
Okay. Then help me. Because all I know is something new.
Do you?
The thing is, they look similar to me. I don't know. To be honest, I just know I was happy. I was very happy at that moment.
If it's slowly coming back from my kind of experience from dealing with random memories that I don't know, as time goes on, maybe, and I am actually kind of certain on this, maybe it'll pop up more. And I have a weird gut feeling that if we stick around this party more, we might find answers. Now, I want to remind you, make sure you breathe and calm down. Well, at least try to. It's awesome.
I don't think they want to help me much. I have seen it.
What did she say?
I've been in pain in the ass.
I did not hear you. I'm sorry.
I've been in the pain in the ass.
Blooma. I know I haven't really talked about my home all that much, but over at... I actually have to look at the name, because I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Over at Locus, my family was kind of... They were kind of worshippers of Lume. And they always believed, especially my sister, always believed in second chances. You will get your second chance, just give it time. Things happen. We make mistakes. Hell, I made a lot. I definitely made a lot. But I know meeting you was not a mistake as well. And heck, Oryx seems to like you. Like, you two seemed to get along today. Things take time.
That was more of me just being tired. To be honest with you, I don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the most I know is a few months before meeting you, and they're just here. I mean, before meeting you, I can't switch my job. I mean, I am wanted. So, I'm not sure how to act with people.
I will do my very best to help you know how to act around people, and I promise I will do everything that I can to help you. We can do a little bit each day. We talk about how to possibly interact with things, and I can help you. Maybe
help.
or... Oh, go ahead.
That could help, but I just... Right now, I don't know how to act, okay? This is not. I'm not sure this is how I normally act. To be honest with you, I want to do that, but if you, uh, I'm going to be like going back to similar ways after a while because I just it feels more natural to be the easy fairy that you know. It feels. I'm not sure why it just feels normal to act this way.
However you act, if you act like your quote unquote old self, or as you are right now, you will still be one of my best friends, and I will support you, and I will make sure to help you when you are needed. When I am not good with emotional talk, I'm sorry. But who knows? Maybe you will learn more. Maybe not. Our character, I don't know what to say. I'm actively trying, but my brain is turning off halfway through when I'm talking. So, brain go burr.
It'll be more like the flatline noise, to be honest with you.
That's fair. And then he. Oh, go ahead.
Like, fine. I will try. I'll try to be a nicer bit, and
I think I know how you can possibly make it up to them a little bit. Maybe a simple apology is a good way to start it out. That is kind of always a good start. And also, maybe call Astral by his name and not the word you've been calling him. That's also.
I mean, it's a fun name that I've been calling him. Time he accepted it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but also, I don't know if he actually likes you to call him that, and I think it's a derogatory term. So that's also another thing we are going to work on, not saying racial slurs.
I can't promise that.
Honestly, that's fair. Just for now, I ask for you to not call Astral that word and refer to him as Astral, and also maybe apologize to him as well.
I take a deep breath. Taking the bed is and I just like start to fly up again. Flying over to the window of the room, she looks back at again. Thank you for the talk. I need some time for me and stuff, okay?
Okay, though I do. Wait, what did you say again?
I need some time for myself. Just enjoy the party, okay? I'm gonna work on something.
Before you go, I just want to say one more thing. Well, a couple more things.
Mm-hmm.
I will do my very best to be here for you, and I will try to help you remember and to possibly prepare for whenever you remember more, because I know it can be a lot at once. And honestly, I am to this day still very glad that I met you that day in the woods. Even if it was completely accidental, I still am glad that I did. You saved me, whether it was on purpose or not.
That was more of an accident, to be honest with you.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, I
Still.
just spat on your face.
Yeah. I still want to thank you, though. You really did help me. In more ways than you think.
I mean, the talk that you had afterwards was more on me, to be honest with you, but I'll see what I can do. Just enjoy yourself. I need some time.
Alright, and remember, I'm always here for you.
Alright, thank you.
You're so sweet.
She opens the windows to leave the tavern. So holding on that bag of sugar cubes that she was given, and goes to the cart. And basically examining the bag itself and messing with her tools, trying to figure out what to make.
Okay, we're gonna head back to the party. Oh, nice.
Yeah, what Nihilus is gonna do, he's actually going to leave his hood and mask down, and he's going to head back to the party. Question, did Akora leave?
Yes, Akora has left by this time. You are arriving at, like, where we left off, so Soaps and Eaters are getting back, you're getting back. And...
Yeah, also, I want to say this is kind of... Besides that moment where Nihilus went werewolf, this is actually one of the rare times you actually saw his full face, which is, like I mentioned multiple times, covered in scars and shit. Anyways, you may continue, Max.
So, Zenith and Oric. Levi.
Hey.
Oh, this is back to you.
Alright, I will say, I did forget a gift, and it was the moss kitten. So, everyone does see, like, as, like, Nihilus, you come down, you see Zenith taking a small green ball out of his mane, and, so, like, he did this behind Oric, and he kind of, like, pokes Oric on the shoulder and says, "So I know you said you wanted a new pet. So, meet the next member of your, I guess, pet familia." And he, opens his hands, and the moss kitten kind of uncurls out of like a ball, and it just looks at Oric. And I'll let Max describe the moss kitten if he wants to.
I mean, it's a green kitten with moss, made of moss.
Moss.
It has a couple mushrooms.
You guys hear Oric like get really excited. His eyes get really starry again. And you just hear him immediately say, "I'm naming him Sadao Mazu. I'm naming him Sadao Mazu."
Nihilus says Sadao Mazu. What?
Oh, Sadao means, well, how do I describe this? Sadao is the word for living, and Mozu is the word for moss.
Yeah. Also, Oric, Blooma seems to be better now. She's just having time to herself right now, but I think she will recover fine.
That's good. Tell her if she wants any cookies, I'll make them.
Alright, I'll tell her that.
And, Nihilus, you feel Zenith's kind of like furry hand kind of pat your shoulder.
Nihilus looks to him.
Hey, thank you for taking Oric out today.
Oh, it's no problem. Honestly, I think he brings joy to the party, and honestly, he brings joy to me as well. Reminds me of my younger siblings at home.
Yeah, Oric sure does give joy. And like he's whispering as you're saying this, like,
the kid has really given me a lot of hope for this world. If that could be our next generation, this entire damned place would be fixed, you know?
Yeah. Honestly,
Anyway, go ahead.
honestly, he gives me the same hope as my little sister did.
You know, as weird as this sounds, Oric was talking to me last night about something, and you know what? I'm giving him one more gift. And you see Zenith like walk away from you for a moment. You see him pick up a glass and a fork, and like
Oh my god.
he clings the fork onto the glass. It cracks a little bit just because of strength, you know. So he
Yeah.
like quickly puts that down and says, "Everyone, I have an announcement.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Max isn't here.
I'm pregnant.
I am here.
Oh, wrong Max.
Oh, wow.
Oric asked me last night to tell you all something. And Oric, like, when Oric hears this, guys, he, like, his head shoots up and he says, "You're really gonna tell them?" One last birthday gift for my favorite boy.
Swear to God.
Sorry,
swear
Ethan
to
asked me a
God.
question. Oric, well, as you all know, Oric and I are in a bit of trouble. I'm not comfortable with saying what we're in trouble of at the moment, but it is a reason as to why I have been uncomfortable with Idris's presence, which, sorry, Idris, I apologize if I have treated you roughly in the past couple of days for that.
Out of character, I love how he's doing this in front of everyone. But in character, you just probably would have been walking back with Sopez, and like his arm would be like around Sopez, like in a comforting manner, like dad taking care of his son. And like he would hear this, and he's gonna look to Zenith and like sort of raise an eyebrow. Like it's very obvious he doesn't mind. Like it's of course like it's okay type of vibe coming from him, but like genuine like confusion as well.
He's received worse, is what you
Yes.
I am here to tell you two things. One is an apology from myself, as I have made Oric and myself lie to you since we've met, and that is about Oric and I's names.
Oh, that was out of character.
My name is not Zenith Pilton, and Oric's name is not Oric Nachira. My name is Zon. Or sorry, Zenith Xander. My bad. Earlier for the Zenith part. My name is Zon Pilton, and I come from the country of Ashora. And Oric kind of like picks up from there. And my name is Quinn Alagamal.
I'm sorry, that's funny. Wiggalugma. Click my balls.
What?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Lick my balls.
Wig my balls.
Oh my god.
Quick, lick my balls.
That's a child.
Anyway,
Sorry,
Max,
but
would
the joke.
Zill recognize these two names at all?
No.
Okay.
Would Idris?
No.
Okay.
Max, what about the
You have
title?
to ask his own character.
Yeah, I have to ask, would they because Zenith is going to mention the title. Would either one of them mention that title or know that title?
So, no, they would not, because Ashora is very closed off from the rest of the world.
All right.
They
I-
could be considered xenophobic.
I have also been given the title, and this is Zenith speaking again, of the Bloodfire Main, which I do not want to delve deeper into. And if you hear anything about, I apologize. But the second thing, is Eli here?
Eli?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I have not mentioned who we are running from. Zenith, Xander is not. Zon Pilton, myself, and Quinn Alagamal are running from the cult known as the Storm Order.
Oh,
I would love to say that during that, if anyone was looking at Idris, they would know that they would notice that his ears, like, shoot down in a sense, and, like, his whole body seems tense. Like, even though he's still comforting Sopez would definitely notice that Idris has tensed up very fucking heavily.
Real quick, Max,
Idris,
does
you
Nihilus
good?
know of the storm order?
So,
Just a quick check, real quick.
Same with Zill. I don't remember if we established whether or not
so
she.
the Zill would know the storm order.
Okay, just double checking. Also,
Nihilus, you've heard of the storm order? There's some really old, like, storm order propaganda around at your home village, just because the storm order was created to help elves settle in. When they first came to Atuan. But like I said, it's very, very old, and that's what you've heard of it. You haven't heard anything new from it.
Alright. And also, there was the minor interaction between Idris and Zavos, kind of. I don't know. Now it's also blinks at that. Well, would he also know that the Storm Guard and Storm Order are somewhat connected, or?
I mean, roll an intelligence check.
Alright, boys, let's do this. +0 intelligence. Let's go. Average intelligent boy.
Man, you stupid.
Hey, no, that's average.
You stupid compared to us.
Exactly.
Zenith does go on to say, if anyone has any questions, I would prefer you ask them privately, as those days are not my best days, and I do not wish to speak about them publicly.
Nihilus doesn't know shit. That's a 5.
Yeah, no, you don't connect the dots.
Nihilus blinks like, there's a lot of propaganda back in my home village of that. Very old shit, though. But noted. Good to know. Good to know. Also, what was the barkeeper's name? Like, bar owner's name again? And is she in the room?
Tia. Yeah, she's in the room. Her name's Tia.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at Tia as like, I don't know if it's a concern, but I kind of have a devilish tear that I actually now learned that I have, and he's in the vents.
He'll find his way out eventually.
I just thought I'd let you know that just in case.
Now, I know this is not the best time to bring this up, but Oric asked me last night to tell you all eventually. So I thought this would be the best time.
Honestly, it's good to know ahead of time.
I would like to ask you all, for mine and Quinn's safety, to continue calling us Zenith and Oric.
Oh, of course. You helped us this far, and honestly, in my opinion, didn't give us a reason to.
Out of character, I already forget what Oric's actual name is, so, yeah.
And also, our character, it's just easier for me to call them Zenith and Oric.
Yeah. And as most of you do know now, Oric's mother is a Korra.
What?
With the knowledge... Oh, you weren't here. Oric's
What the
mother
fuck?
is a Korra.
Oh. I don't know how I feel about that. Nothing bad, obviously, mainly because of the other thing, but,
But I am putting a great deal of trust out by telling you all this, and I hope that this is a solid ground that we can keep of trying to keep what I have just told you all secret.
There's also, possibly, since we're kind of mentioning things, there's also another thing. I'm also semi-hunting the werewolf that kind of turned me. They are quite vicious, actually. Very large. Actually, kind of bigger than you, Zenith.
Oh,
From what I remember.
I've killed things bigger than me. If you need help with that, I will assist.
I have a kind of personal grudge against. So
yeah, understood.
If I act odd or really aggressive, that's just a small heads up, because I have a personal vengeance I need to get across with them. Unfortunately, I don't know what they look like in their humanoid form, or even if they have one.
Also, I will like to say, Idris, with your kind of like you looking around the room to gauge everyone's reactions.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask that myself.
So both of you, can I have both of you roll an insight?
Of course.
Or perception?
Yes. Let me... Perception or insight, is that what you said?
Yeah, perception or insight.
I hate to ask this, but do I get advantage?
Sure, why not?
I was gonna ask if I would get the same.
26.
I swear if there's werewolf hunters in the room right now, this is gonna be really awkward.
Well, no,
Would I get
closed down
advantage,
tavern.
possibly,
Private.
Max?
Alright,
Sure,
okay.
why not? Like I said.
Okay.
Private party, just
That's
just the
okay.
party in the tavern keep.
So you, Idris, you kind of notice it, but Zenith, you notice it. That you've kind of noticed it in the back of your mind this entire time. That Eris seems more open with all of you, more like bigger in the room in a sense. Like, if that, I don't know how to say it. Her body posture is it's weird. It's way too comfortable. And at the mention of the storm order, she seems almost intrigued, but doesn't say anything and quickly like suppresses that like emotion.
Zenith does
keep
say,
that in a lock and
again,
key.
If any of you have any questions or any intrigue in this, I do ask you come to me privately. It is not a matter I like to discuss, but I am open to, depending on my mood. Just try and not make me angry is all I ask.
That's understood. And
And
if you ever
Zenith is like looking at Eris every now and then.
And if you ever need me to have Auric to come along with me, I'll be happy to do that. I also gave him, as a part of my trust in the party, more of a safety precaution, I kind of also gave him a... Actually, before I go... Actually, I already said werewolf shit, so never mind. I kind of gave him a silver dagger.
I smelled it when you walked in.
Yeah. Another thing, if I go, for whatever reason, go beyond fixing, or if I go beyond feral or whatever shit, don't hesitate.
Hesitation is a soldier's worst enemy.
Blooma already knows this shit, and I thought I'd bring it up with you guys. Just as a precaution, because shit happens. The music doesn't help. I'm gonna be honest. Like, the music I'm hearing.
The music's not gonna help until I fucking fix it in post.
I
Okay?
know.
Listen.
I know.
For
Listen,
context,
this music fits.
Could I ask what everyone's reaction to what Zenith has said is, by the way?
Zill looks not... I would say probably a little intrigued, similar to Eris, just probably not as much. She looks very unbothered by this information. But you can tell that, like, she's not confused at all, like, she knows who these people are.
Also, Max, I do want to double check with you with elves. Your elves don't have facial muscles, right?
yeah, so basically with elves, their emotions are telltaled by their ears.
Which I want to remind everyone, Nihilus always covers most of the time. Well, right now, his ears are out, but he seems understanding, and that honestly quite reasonable why you're hiding your names. This is also coming from the guy who also hid his actual name, which also brings up another thing. Nihilus also says, also, since we're actually bringing up our actual names, I actually kind of trust you guys more now. My actual name is Kinor Frelo. Our character, I struggle with some words, I'm sorry. Frelo. I'm kind of running away from home due to the whole werewolf thing. So I would prefer you guys call me Nihilus. Mainly because I don't know if they're looking for me, and also the werewolf hunters. So yeah, there's that too.
Zenith like gives you a nod, and he does seem to have like an understanding with this as well.
Another party member he can relate to. Yay!
Idris also is gonna look between them, and he's just going to like semi-clear his throat, and he's going to go.
I'm gonna say his real name. I'm kidding.
No, y'all already know it. Everyone knows it. But he's going to go. Considering people have seemed uncomfortable after learning this knowledge, I figure I'll just say this to everyone here. Yes, I am leader for the Cult of the Revival. I am their leader, but our intentions are nothing harmful. I work in order to help the gods that have been forgotten.
So that's why you kind of act a bit. Alright.
Oh, so you mean Aelith and all of them? Like Oryx says, like quite, openly.
Also, Max, question: is it like still two champions in the room right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. This is making sure he doesn't say the overzealous thing because he doesn't really fully trust them that much.
Idris is gonna
Wait, what did you say about the champions?
Well, Nihilus is just making sure he doesn't say everything that's private. He doesn't want to say our character. He doesn't say, oh yeah, I was zealous, and have possibly two champions whip out guns. Well, that's what he thinks.
But, anyways, sorry. Idris is going to glance at Oric when he mentions Aelith, and he's going to nod his head and be like, yes, however, Aelith, for example, and a few others can be more so not as trustworthy, but I wouldn't say they're bad people. I would just mention to be wary of them sometimes.
With the
and
oh, sorry. I'll let you finish my apology. Sorry.
You're good. But he was gonna mention that, and fuck, trying to think of what he was gonna say after. And he's gonna continue with, and there are other members who have been kicked out for traitorous intent, so just be wary of those.
And those are...
I gotta look at the fucking name. Where's my DMs with Max?
While that's happening, Levi, look at your DMs and answer my question.
Max, that's up to you. It's an infinite bag of sugar cubes.
Okay.
Remember?
You told me there was no fucking bag, you bitch.
Yeah, no, I didn't give... I gave them sugar cubes.
Sorry.
Okay,
that's my bad.
You're
but,
good.
Idris is going to look to Kinor, and he's going to go, Ramsey Starfisher.
Hang on, I'm looking at the Forgotten Gods.
Wait a second.
That's a person.
Oh, never mind.
Not a god. Like, Idris is gonna look at him and be like, Aelith is a god that can be very wary with trusting, because she is known as the goddess of destruction. But Ramsay Starfisher was one of the traitors in the cult.
Also,
and I would say, if you hear those names, be wary.
with the name Aelith, what sort of quirky memories pops in Nihilus's brain?
It's not really anything new. It's just kind of the old big fight that he remembers.
Was it physical or verbal or both?
Verbal.
I thought that was with Aurelius. Actually, probably with him too.
Maybe it was with Aurelius. I don't know.
Yeah. In a verbal fight between Aurelius and.
Yeah, there was also a verbal fight between.
Yeah,
him
I
and
can imagine.
Aelith.
Nihilus just sort of nods softly, not saying anything. He also kind of. Max, question: a quick glance at the room. How is Luca and I keep on forgetting her name.
Tia?
Yeah.
Tia? Tia doesn't seem like she gives a shit.
That's fair.
What about Luca?
Does Luca care?
It was just like when y'all look at him, he's like eating a piece of cake, and he's like, "What?"
Actually, what flavor is this cake?
I mean, it's whatever Orc asked it to be.
Zenith would have asked for it to
ice
be
cream cake.
Actually, it's the native fruit of a frick. And Ashora, I believe. I can't remember what the native fruit was though.
I also don't remember.
Vanilla.
Your mom. I'm sorry.
I say one word.
Do we just want to say it's dragon fruit, Max?
Hold on.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the native fruit was. You told me, but I can't remember.
In call or on overtap?
In call.
Ah, fuck. Honestly, it's probably
Apple.
we're gonna call it. Dragon fruits don't have taste though. That'd be a really shitty cake.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They barely have it. They taste like a watered down kiwi with extra seeds. Okay. Yeah, no, they taste like shit. So we're gonna go with fucking starfruit because that's easy.
Yes. Wait, is it from? You know what I'm referencing, right?
Just the actual starfruit.
Oh, okay. Not Stardew Valley starfruit.
No.
That would be too easy.
Yeah, that would be way too easy to have a fruit that attunes to your favorite taste.
That's a star drop.
Oh, Rick, you're right. My bad. Okay, anyways.
Stardew Valley lore, dude.
Hey, Max.
Yeah, no, the starfruit and Stardew Valley. Guess what they are? Actual starfruit.
Yeah. Anyway, session will be ending in about 14 minutes.
But
anyways, when Alice hears about the taste, he just gets some cake because he haven't had any yet, and he wanted to make sure it's not chocolate so he doesn't die.
He's not gonna die. He's just gonna feel kind of sick. The only person who's gonna die is Idris.
I'm just gonna be. I'm just being over dramatic.
That's why I'm eating it.
Dad.
Can I ask what Astral's reaction to all of this is? Silver.
So we mostly just talked about. I know that because we mostly just talked about like everybody revealing that they have some shit, like they have some past shit, and he doesn't seem bothered by it. Like, he seems fine. He's not really speaking up about it, but he's just seems to be over there in his little corner, just observing everybody.
To answer your question, Miss, yes, I did answer that. I just said that they're normal sugar cubes for the most part. I replied to your message.
Cubes. And Astro, back of Astro's head, be like, sugar cubes. Must not look.
But yeah, no, the sugar cubes seem to have no magical property.
So it's just an Astro problem.
It's just an astral problem.
I think that's it for the birthday party, Max.
Okay.
Yeah, and Oric,
Yeah,
like
drag
at
it
the
on.
end of the party, Oric is gonna like bow before everyone and thank them all for a wonderful, wonderful day.
It's no problem.
And
Dude,
so,
is someone gonna party, Max?
oh, the infinite sugar cube bag. If you study the bag, or like if you study how things, you'd be able to like make it if you wanted to.
Problem is getting out of Oric's hands.
Well, I mean, if you studied how like you know how shit like that works. So,
That's
anyway. As you guys are like, it's I'm gonna time skip a bit. It's been a couple hours. Everything's cleaned up, and the tavern has reopened, and you guys see a door open as you guys are kind of like congregating after party, and you see this door open, and out from this doorway comes a green light.
Huh?
A strange green light starts to glow out of this
What?
doorway.
I would say
Would anyone in the party recognize?
Yes, this is the same green light from the strange room that you found at the tavern in
No.
Nightfall.
Oh no.
As soon as Roger sees that door, he is gunning for it. Like, he notices it, and like he like moves his arm away from Sopez after some time. Like, he was still comforting his kid, you know. But he's gonna
Let's
notice that
go.
green light, and he's gonna start walking towards that door, like, very briskly.
Nihilus is going to put his hood and mask back on, and I guess he's gonna follow Idris. I guess. Oh no.
as will Zenith and Oric.
And
Zill is
you
obviously
guys,
following Idris.
you
Why
guys
not?
walk into this room, and you see the typical layout. And
Hey, Drow lady.
you see the drow lady.
Yay!
She smiles at all of you, and she greets you, and that's where we're ending session.